There is a cultural difference in terms of compliance policies. A number of companies, very often companies that have not been confronted with a major case, are applying compliance policies simply for the sake of having one, which means you're odd training every 1, 2 or 3 years, not really with the involvement of top management, and that I would label as being the sort of bad practice. It's not worth the time and effort because it doesn't stick with the employees, it doesn't change their behavior. But more and more we see a shift. Real good compliance programs that are built on good hands-on training, not black letter law, just hands-on what can you do, what can you not do, coupled, which I believe is very important, with 2 elements. The first one is a repeat factor. People, having been trained, forget what they learned after 2 or 3 months. So you need to build in a repeat factor, a clever repeat factor. And a second main theme is the tone from the top. Very often in the past, compliance programs have miserably failed because they were imposed by the legal department or the compliance department. And it was perceived as being boring, it was red tape, it was bad. Now, if the tone from the top is sitting right, if the CEO personally takes an interest in compliance, carries that message to his people and says, this is important, this is part of the way we do business, this is part of our culture, the program has a real chance of succeeding and changing behavior. It depends on where you draw the lines to see whether it's difficult or not difficult. If you want to play it very close to the edge, then of course it becomes difficult. Because then very quickly from the dark grey zone you go into the pitch black zone. But there are simple rules of thumb. When one of your employees is dealing with a competitor, he or she should know that we're entering a danger zone. Contacts with competitors are inherently dangerous. From the moment that is your starting position, when you start exchanging information, start talking, start sharing experiences, you know that you should be on the watch. You know that this is a delicate area. So I don't think it's that difficult. It's a matter of changing sometimes company culture. In many companies, many sectors, having dealings with your competitors, your colleagues at the competition is simple standard practice. It's natural. You go on holidays with them. That's natural practice. Well, in some companies, particularly those who've encountered problems, have paid fines, that culture has changed. When I meet a competitor, it is a competitor. And I know I have to respect certain principles, certain rules. There will be limits to what I can say.